Hi Aquarius, y'all are number 3 this week. Um, Thank you for your views last week. I can't remember what you were. Libra was like 50s. I think y'all were in the 20s. Let me see. 21 views. Um, so thank you for that. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it up. My name is Marla. So this is at Word from Mars Tarot, and today I'm here to do your October predictions reading. All right. If you like it here, if you love it here, please thumbs up the video and subscribe. Okay. Aquarius off bucks. It kind of reminds me of a continuation of last week as far as me telling you that there was a lot of energy in your spread. That still remains present for this week. All right, like there's a lot going on here. And I feel like whatever is going on this month, it's happening quickly. Okay. So I'm going to tell you the signs that I see here. Either I physically see here in the tarot cards or I feel it or whatever the case may be. Okay. So, there is Sagittarius energy here for sure. There's Sagittarius, there's Pisces. You're showing up here as the King of Swords, so that can be an Aquarius, Gemini, or a Libra, but definitely Aquarius energy. There's Aries energy here. There could be a younger air sign, so you could be connected to an air sign who's younger than you, or you could be the one who's a little bit younger, or it could just be based on maturity, but a Gemini. You could be connected to a Gemini. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune here, which is also connected to the signs of Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo. So y'all have a lot of the signs here. Also, if you are connected to a Gemini or Libra by any chance, you should go ahead and watch those readings as well. And or, excuse me, if you have those signs in your chart. Okay. So Aquarius, let's get into it. Bear with me because again, you have a lot of energy here. It's like, y'all, what is going on? So, I see that you may be traveling this month. And or Aquarius, somebody could be coming towards you. You could be going towards somebody, but I feel like someone has a message here. It's like somebody has something to say, okay? Um, uh and things are changing very quickly. All right, the overall energy of the spread is the 8 of Wands. This could be again somebody coming towards you quickly. It could be communication, it could be traveling, it could be things in your life changing very, very quickly. And that makes sense here to me with the Wheel of Fortune here as well as the Knight of Swords. Okay, the Knight of Swords is somebody who's as a perfectionist, but it's somebody who's very impatient as well. So that's what can get younger air signs or more immature air signs in trouble, is that like, yes, you all are so driven, you can be assertive and direct, but also you can be impatient, and you can be sometimes a little bit like too daring and such, or like the Knight of Swords sometimes is focused after the goal, but it's like not necessarily thinking about, all of the consequences, of his actions, his or her actions. All right. Um, However, maybe if you're going after something, Aquarius, now may be a good time. All right. Because you have the Wheel of Fortune here again for signs of Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. And the Wheel of Fortune is about good luck. It's also about things like being fated. So something that I feel like air signs struggle with is being in control. So right now, God, Source, Spirit, Universe is very much so in control. There's karma coming into you, whether that's good or bad karma. That just depends on the shit you did. All right, Aquarius, like that's going to depend on you. But luck is on your side. I will say that luck is on your side. So be mindful. Maybe y'all have a younger, air sign in your life or whatever who needs to like, hear this message as well. So, but if you are going towards something, slow down a little bit because there's very fast energy here. Okay. I do see that in the month of October, Aquarius, I wanted to say Libra, so you could be connected to a Libra. But there's something here that is coming up for you. You may be very nostalgic over someone or something that used to feel comfortable. Some of you also could be reflecting on childhood a lot this month for whatever reason. Or just like the past, but there's something that you're nostalgic about here for sure. Okay. Some of you, if you have kids, you may have twins Or you may have like a sibling who's like a year or two older than you, give or take, or a year or two younger than you, and maybe you're nostalgic about like that connection or something. Um, yeah. So what I will say is whatever you're going towards this month, Aquarius, it's time to be a strict bitch. It's time to be a strict bitch. Now, either it's that, some of you, the King of Swords can indicate like a lawyer, somebody who's very serious, so like a lawyer or whatever. So some of you could, if you are married, lawyers could be getting involved, all right? Maybe some of you have so it could be a divorce, lingering or whatever, right? Just because the King of Swords is a very serious, stern energy and could be a lawyer in tarot. It could be that some of you all may be having fighting over kids. Just keeping that in mind because you have two very serious energies here. You have the King of Swords and you have the Emperor. These are Mr. Strict bitches, okay? They don't fucking play. Look at them. Do they look like they play? They don't. Okay. The King of Swords is somebody who is head over heart. They have high standards, a lot of integrity, very serious, very strict. So some of you, maybe some of you are also reflecting on a childhood with a strict parent. And like how that impacted you or something. I don't know. I just feel a lot of different things here in this reading. Um, Also, some of you may your inner child healing could have something to do with your father, okay? Because these are very like dad like energies as well, especially like the Emperor, okay? The Emperor is a divine masculine sign of Aries. Now, doesn't have to be a dad, but it does resonate with father energy. But maybe some of you all had a mother who was an Aries, all right? Whatever the case may be, the Emperor is an energy of being very disciplined, focused, in control, stable. So maybe that's something that you're working on this month. Maybe you're trying to manage your emotions more, Aquarius, and to bring more structure into your life. Okay. For some of you all who are maybe single Aries, you may have somebody who's coming into your life like this, or maybe this is what you're manifesting. Even if you're already partnered, maybe you're manifesting your partner to be this way, because that would bring about more stability for you all. Now, there is something that is hidden here. I don't know what it is. Hold on, let me see what's underneath this card. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But at the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess, all right? And this is somebody who has an inner knowing. Sign of Pisces, okay? The High Priestess is like right underneath the Empress. Still very high queen energy, all right? But the High Priestess is somebody who is like a secret keeper. So and just very intuitive and a divine feminine. So maybe some of you are also working on that too, balancing your masculine and your feminine energies because there's such a heavy presence of both here. And I feel like Aquarius, because you're naturally a more masculine sign, like maybe you have to work harder to operate in your High Priestess energy because the Eight of Pentacles is about working at something, being like committed, mastering your craft, being dedicated. So maybe some of you are working on being in your more feminine energy, or maybe some of you are working hard so you can call in, if you're a man watching this, so you can call in your divine feminine. All right. Something about that inner child is screaming. Okay. So, couple cards here. These two next cards remind me of Sagittarius. All right. We have patience. Manifestations are on the way. Manifestations are on the way. In traditional tarot, the card Temperance is about patience, and it's for a sign of Sagittarius. All right. Expansion. Pursue bigger and greater endeavors. Sagittarius are all about like expanding. All right. So some of you may be connected to a Sagittarius. Maybe some of you are gonna like help a Sagittarius in like some type of way they need to like expand, or reminding them that they need to be patient, or vice versa, because fire signs and air signs are not the most patient people. We have recognition. Admiration for your hard work is coming. Yeah. So the things, all this structure and discipline that you're wanting or you're bringing into your life, I feel like you have been working on it, but you're especially going to work on it this month. So maybe in November, like by the end of October going into November, maybe that's when the recognition is going to come, with how hard you've been working. Let me drink my crack. I'm not a person that drinks coffee often, but I have been up since 4 something Eastern Standard Time, and it is 11:12. So I need that. All right. So Aquarius, whatever you are going through this month, you're going to need to call on divine support. All right. So this is not something that you're meant to do yourself. You're meant to be really connected with God, Source, Spirit, Universe to get through whatever you're going through. And it doesn't even seem like anything like super bad, right? It's just that this is a serious discipline energy, and trying to be disciplined on your own without the support of God, Source, Spirit, Universe is usually going to fail you every time. Okay. So make sure you're calling on the divine support to support you in your endeavors this month. We have pay attention. Pay attention. So to me, this is going along with this like high priestess card. All right. So like intuition, there's something that somebody is not telling you, and you may have to read between the lines. Aquarius, I was about to say Scorpio, so it may be a Scorpio placement, but there's something that you have to read between like the lines. All right. Or you're going to have to really meditate, pray and all of that, about something that is like being hidden from you. All right. Also, this may need to be like, because you're in such a serious energy, you may need to pay attention to your feelings a little bit more since you've been in such a head over heart energy. Okay. Because there's the only water, well, there's 2 water cards here, is that nostalgic, that 6 of Cups energy, this energy, and then the High Priestess being sign of Pisces. But you only have 1 cup card here. The rest are like fire and air. All right. We also have let go here. All right, let go. So there's something, and again, like I said, inner child was screaming. So there's something, Aquarius, that you're still holding on to from your childhood days that I feel like is like fucking with you and is stopping like all of this like movement forward and change and all the things that you want. Okay, like the good fortune and all of that. Whatever you're still holding on to, let it go. Let it go. All right. Now, and I may read this one to you. You could also be connected to a Leo. That energy is here already, but this card says, I didn't even show y'all the new decks. Hold on, let's pause. The new decks I'm using is Trust Your Vibes Oracle card. All right, and the Oracle of Awakening. These are the new decks that I'm using today. Okay, so this says facing fear, courage, inner strength. So whatever change is happening, whatever fears you're facing, it's going to take some courage and inner strength. Sign of Leo. You also want to be mindful and nourish your body. Feed your body, mind, and spirit. So what you're feeding your body, mind, and spirit is very important this month. So some of you may need to disconnect from social media. Some of you may be being called to eat a little bit better. Some of you may be being called to be mindful of the things that you're watching and listening to, because that's either feeding your spirit or starving it. And I don't mean starving it like in a fasting way. I mean like maybe causing it a little bit more harm. You're not getting what you need. And then we have vulnerability. What are you really feeling? This came out in the Libra reading. So you may be being called to be vulnerable with a Libra placement, or just in general. Like, again, I told you, like in this reading, like it's more so head over heart. And that can be okay. But also there's somewhere or someone that you may need to open up to like expand you all's relationship. All right. And mind you, I'm going to come back to that Face and Fears card. Because for some of you, the fear is being vulnerable with others. 1444, so 444, I just saw that. Okay. Some of you all have a fear of that, and maybe it's a fear of rejection. Maybe some of your egos are a little fragile and frail. excuse me, the mindful message that you received is expressing love. Today, I notice the things I appreciate about the people in my life. I take a moment to send them love and to wish them well. My love is infinite and it feels great to express it. So, yeah, Aquarius, you're being called to express some of your emotions more, this month. All right. Could be to, again, a Sagittarius, an Aries, another air sign such as yourself, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, um, Leo, Taurus, Pisces. All right. So let's read that Facing Fears card, and then we're going to go ahead and end this. All right. Facing Fears. Our fears are our greatest teachers, courage, inner strength. It is important to understand that choices made in fear result in situations born from that fear. Fear is self-perpetuating. There is no benefit to fear outside of the raw survival instinct that lets you know that it's time to run or defend yourself. All other fear is self-created by our beliefs and projected upon us by our society's rules and expectations. I believe that I believe what each of us fears the most is the unknown. This could be the loss of a job, the loss of a loved one, or our own death. There are so many other types of fears. The fear of not being loved or understood, which I feel like that could be present. Fear of judgment, fear of pain. We fear that if something bad happens to us, we won't be able to recover. When we are able to realize that there is no inherent value to living in fear, we can then begin to look more deeply into our fears, to explore them, to gently probe these ideas and undercurrents that are subtly influencing almost every choice we make in our daily lives. This card is asking you to reflect on your fears. Healing and overcoming fear take intentional, ongoing spirit work. Begin by noticing the filters through what you are experiencing life and how they hamper your freedom. It may take radical trust and surrender to be able to move past certain fears, to trust that there is ultimately beauty in the unknown, beauty beyond this life and outside of our expectations. Also, Aquariuses, you guys are a fixed sign, so you like consistency, but I see a lot of change coming. So, keep in mind that that's like supposed to happen, and like you're gonna have to let go of like being in control. You're gonna have to let go of how things used to be and allow this change to like really come in. All right. Um, Practice. Allow yourself to bring your fear to mind. Notice how it feels in your body. Send love to the part of you that feels the fear. Imagine placing the fear on an altar, offering or surrendering it to the source. So some of you, if you don't have an altar, you need one for your ancestors, all those sorts of things. Go ahead and get yourself an altar, all right? Here's an alternate practice. Ground to the earth with the ground to the earth with the cord from your root, the base of your spine. Open the chakras on your feet. With each inhale, receive the supportive energy of the earth. With each exhale, allow the energy of the fear to be released into the earth to be recycled. So some of y'all, I know it's starting to, get a little cold outside, but maybe some of y'all need to do like a grounding practice, like with your shoes off, feet in grass, or at least socks in grass or something, and do like this deep breathing exercise, okay? Aquarius, like it's okay to be a strict bitch, but it also seems like you got to get a little bit more in touch with your feelings this month too. Like face your fears and connect. All right. Y'all let me know if it resonates down in the comments below or how it resonates. Again, remember to like this video, subscribe. See y'all next time. Bye.